Hello YouTubians and fellow hobbyists. Welcome to another episode of Car Dreams in Styrene. I'm your host Gary G and I have a lot of new topics for you. The stuff is really exciting for me, but first, the topics of today's show.
The riddle. The VW Cup Rod. When is your model finished? Tips and tricks. Yeah, today's riddle. Can you guess what that actually is? Hear the answer at the end of the show. Well, here in the garage we did some door panels and started the rusting process. After painting the body in nice rusty colors, I put on some water and some breadcrumbs. After painting the body in that old German police green, I was able to remove the breadcrumbs and bada bing bada boom, there you have it, a rusty old German police car. I did a black wash on the door panels. I think it came out really nice. Now, like I said in the very beginning, I was aiming for a gigantic engine. I did some research online and I looked at the dozens of engines from the first decades of the last century and built me a nice replica of those engines that I saw. This engine should be roar like a hungry T-Rex ready to attack. That's why I kept the exhaust really short. Well, after putting on some color, it became more and more realistic to me. The advantage of being a guitar player is you always have string ends laying around, which are fantastic pulleys. Mounting the double ignition caps and a bit of wiring, and there you have it. Now back in the studio.
Today I want to talk about my thoughts on when is your model actually finished. Sometimes it's hard to say, now I'm done, it's good the way it is. There's always a little something that could be added or made better. For me personally, I feel a model is done when I see my vision fulfilled and in plastic in front of me. Whether that is a real cool interior, a crazy bodywork, or a highly detailed engine. At that point, I usually follow my next dream and leave that model in the shelf. On some cold winter nights though, I might bring it back in the shop and start a little bit more detailing. So I guess my models are never really finished until they leave in the hands of another owner. Well, how you see that? Tell me your thoughts. So what I want to talk this week is sorting and organizing your single parts. Well, they all come on this sprue tree, and there's kind of the one kind of people, they let everything on the sprue and just paint it on the sprue so they don't have to touch the part actually. Well, you have the other guys, they kind of cut out first all the parts and sort them somewhere. The downside of having the parts not on the sprue is kind of, if you want to paint them, you have to touch them at the same time. So, well, you decide what's better for you, but for me, I want to have the best out of both worlds. So what I do is I cut out the trees, the parts out of the tree, but with the number on it. Then I take this part and have them in 3 boxes. I have one box for the chassis and the body. I have one box for the engine parts, and then I have one box only for interior. So now if I look for a part and I'm doing like engine, so I know immediately they all have to be in this box. And then, of course, now and then you have parts that are so similar like headers, and you need the number because otherwise you will not figure whether or not that's the left or the right header. So now, since you have the number on it as well, it's easy to find by number. Plus, if you have the sprue still on and you have like those tiny little parts, it's way easier to paint them, because now you hold the sprue and you can paint it that way. So this is the way I do it. You might as well can take it or do it your way. This is the tip of this week.
So now to the answer on our little riddle. Could you figure what it actually was?
So, already done another episode of Car Dreams in Styrene. I hope you enjoyed the time with me. Don't forget to tune in next Saturday at the same time. And as always, love and friendship is something you can't buy. Respect all people. Keep that hobby alive. See you. Car Dreams in Styrene.
Do Car Dreams in Styrene.
I'm not gonna get on camera.
Yes, you do.
Look at me.